guys, welcome back to Creativity and Inspiration. How's everyone doing? I hope you're having an amazing day. If you're new, welcome. I'm so happy you found us, and if you keep coming back, thank you. You know how special you are. Today is all about journal inserts, and I think I have some new ideas for you. So we're going to jump right into this video, but before we do, I want to be sure and say, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button with that little bell and click all for notifications. And at the end of this video, if you like it, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I always ask a question at the end of the video. I always post a question down in the description in the comment section. Or just leave me a comment of whatever you choose. Thanks for being here again, guys. Let's jump in. Alright guys, so before we get started, I thought we'd look at what is an insert anyway. There's a lot of definitions, some of them, but for our purposes, it's the plural noun inserts. It's a loose page or section, typically one carrying an advertisement in a magazine or other publication. For our project, it is a loose page or section. It doesn't carry an advertisement. Normally when we put inserts in our journals, we do it for a couple of different reasons. Maybe we just want to put something cool in there, so we're adding an insert as a special surprise if you're selling it or giving it as a gift. A lot of times though, I add inserts because I've made the journal and I realized, oh, I don't have enough storage, like pockets, or I don't have enough writing space. So I'll add an insert to balance out what I'm short in my journal. And this is my journal where I'm redoing my house, redoing my bedroom and stuff. And I realized there's no pockets, not really a lot of pockets, and I need pockets for receipts. Because you can write off, or at least try on your taxes, home improvement. So I'm going to show you 4 different types of inserts. And I'm going to use, like I said, my home improvement journal here because it needs more. I have plenty of writing space. It needs more pockets. But I'm also going to give you an idea if your journal doesn't have enough writing space. Now I've put up some templates on Ko-Fi. They're free, so you can head over there after this video and grab them if you want to. If not, that's fine as well. The templates I put up are these 2, and it's just this and this. That's those 2, and then it's a envelope, flat. You would have to build it out. It does have a window in it. But again, that's the only templates over there. What I did was I started with a bigger sheet of paper, and this is cardstock. It's really thick. It's probably about 32-pound paper. I like it. You could do, not as thick if you wanted to, but when I do inserts and I'm not attaching them to the journal, then I want something sturdy. And we'll talk about what you do with these once you create them in a minute. So I have this one, and the measurements are on Ko-Fi, but let's see. I think it is 10 by almost 6. 6.5. 10 by 6.5. And I folded it in half. And then what I did from there was I just cut it to be like a little file folder, okay? I just cut a little tab and then cut across. That was it. And this is going to be the insert. Now you might be going, what are these? Well, they are going to be pockets. So I drew the slits on so I'll know where to put the opening for the pocket. But before I do that, I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to take a red piece of paper. You can take whatever color you want. I'm using red just so it shows up really well for you guys. I don't want it to get, be too bland and get lost. So I'm going to use dark colors just so you can see. I don't want this to go all the way to the top up there. So I'm going to cut probably about 1/2 inch to 1 inch off. I'm not going to measure. I just wanted to cut a little bit off. That's great. And what I'm looking at is this is going to be the pocket behind for these slits. And they're going to go into the same one, okay? I just wanted 2 different openings, but they're all going into the same space. And besides that, it's going to be opening at the top too. So it's going to be 1 pocket, 2 pocket, and then an opening at the top, 3 pockets. So all I'm going to do is use my double-sided tape and attach this to the back of the file folder insert I made. I'm using my thinnest tape I have. This is great double-sided tape. I talk about it all the time. I'll link it below, like I always do. Now, if you wanted to make the pockets separate, you could. I did the double opening on the front of the file folder just because I wanted it to look cool. You'll see. We'll see if my vision works out. And then I'm going to use my little hole punch and just make a little opening at the top so I can grab things out of here better. You don't have to do this step at all. You could just leave it straight across if you wanted to. Totally up to you. Personal preference. But I like it that way. I can just reach down in there. If you wanted it to be a big pocket that would hold a lot, you could do our pockets we make our fan sides on and put under there so it pops it up and gives it some depth away from here. I'm not going to do that. This is going to be a very tight pocket, but that's okay. Because this insert is going to hold like tags for marking my space in my journal. So it doesn't have to be super, the pocket doesn't have to expand. Now, I'm going to show you another one that I'm going to put receipts in, and I need that to hold a bunch. Okay, so now, oh, you know what? I should have cut that out before I did that. Okay. I'm just going to take this pocket off and cut the slits in the front first. See, you get real life here, guys. I'm human. I mess up. Real life. Okay, so I'm just going to peel it back like that so I can cut these out real fast. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I could not find my craft knife, but I found it finally, and I'm just going to cut this out. I can't believe I put the pocket on and then didn't cut these out first, but you know what? You get real life here with us. And we do things like that all the time, but this is going terribly. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's get our scissors. All that time looking for the craft knife. For the craft knife, and I'm just going to end up doing scissors. Because scissors always work better. And you can make your pockets if you want to make them bigger, the openings bigger, of course. Just kind of make it your own. I'm just giving you inspiration for inserts. Maybe something a little different than what you've seen before, maybe not. Everybody's viewing habits are, different. This paper is so thick. I like it because it's going to hold up well as an insert in this journal. Because, you know, when you're redoing a room or several rooms, you're going to be in your ideas folder in your where you're keeping your receipts and stuff a lot. So, and color swatches, paint swatches. Because believe it or not, maybe I'm doing the walls a neutral color, but I like to use paint swatches for also matching bedding, wall art, that kind of thing. It just makes it way easier. Okay, now let's put a little more tape, double-sided tape back on our little pocket here. And again, if you wanted this type of insert to hold more, you could definitely do our folded fan pockets, our hinges, which make the pocket expand, and you can get a lot more into it than you can these flat pockets. That's totally, you know, up to you. Okay, there we go. And see, the red looks pretty through the openings. Okay, so there's our first pocket, and let me grab a couple of... Okay, so you can put something in the top, and it'll look good, and you can do it like that, and then you can put something in the bottom. And you could put 2 or 3 things in those if you wanted to. Like that. And then you could put something else in the bottom pocket if you wanted to. Oops. Say you wanted to put some journaling cards and stuff like that. So that's how that would look. And then you open it up. And you could put actually put, that's too wide. I don't know, this might be too wide too. And then you could put bigger tags, journaling cards, or something like that inside, even though it's all going to the same space, it all works. And then if you had the hinges that make it really poof out, you could put even more. Okay, so that's the front of this insert. What about inside and the back? So this one's got pockets. Maybe now you want a little extra space to write. You could put a little writing pad here if you wanted to. And what I'm going to show you is kind of cool. I'm just going to take some paper and cut it in half. I might trim it down too, I don't know. And this is just scrap paper. As you can see, I drew on one side of it. Let's say you just need some paper that you're going to tear out. Maybe you're just going to make rough notes on, and you're just going to tear it out at some point. Okay, so this is our notepad that we can just tear out. But you still want it to look good, right? You want it to look cute, or I don't know. So what you could do is match your pocket here and create like a little fold over thing. Like that, and then you would like that. But on the back here, what you could do is make it an upside down pocket, and you could put stuff there like that, or you could just cut this short and then make a pocket below it too. So that's what we're gonna do, but I'm gonna show you. Let me get my scissors. And then this is going to be your pocket down here. And it's going to look like that on the back. But this can be a tuck spot. So you got a tuck spot and a pocket. So you could put stuff in both. But on this side, you've got your paper. Now you can make it a tuck spot on this side too. So if you didn't want just put paper, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to use a little bit of tape. A little bit of my tape. And just put it on the very edges here. And I mean, I just put it half on, so I'm probably going to have to fold it over. As you can see, it's half on. And I'm going to fold it over. There we go. And then same with this one. I put a little more on, but not much. And now I'm just going to fold the extra tape over. I'm going to put this back on here. I want to make sure my fold is at the top. And then I'm just going to make sure I'm not on my fold inside too. Just kind of fold it over like that. And then I'm going to take my little notepad here. And put it up there. Like that. Okay? So there's our notepad. But we can refill it when we use it all. On the back, we have a tuck spot. Just like the one holding our notepad. All we have to do is put just a little bit of tape again. And again, I'm going half on and half off the red. And I'll fold the excess back onto itself. And then fold the extra onto the tape. There we go. Same thing on this side. Fold it over like that. And then fold it down. And then you have another, you know, tuck spot on the back. You could put some ephemera under there. And you have a pocket down here, which you could put stuff in too, if you wanted to, like that. So, you have a lot of storage options. And you have another tuck spot there. That's great. That holds ephemera just like that. You could put another notepad on the back if you want, or just have it. That you could put a pocket down at the bottom as well. And you could use either the big pocket or the little tuck spot. I'm going to put the big pocket at the bottom too, because I might need a bigger pocket. And with the pocket, I'm just going to use my hole punch again. Just because I like to be able to grip in my pocket, you know. There we go. And if at any time your tape goes, you know, over your paper, just roll it back on itself. Then we're going to put our pocket down here. And there we go. You could do it that way and it'll stay, or you could do it that way, or you could do it both if you wanted to. And then to put it in our journal. There's a couple of things you could do. Everything's nice and tight in here. Nothing's gonna fall out. It's all very secure. So I could just come in here and pop it in my journal like that, and then just carry it around. If I wanted to, I could put it inside my front cover here and just paper clip it there like that. I could also put it in the center if I wanted to and paper clip it, you know, down like that, and then close it up, and I have it with me. Everything's secure, nothing's gonna fall out. So that's a great way. Or I could open it up and sew it into the center of my signature, and it would be a sewn in permanent insert, but something I added at a later date. So that's an option as well. But I think I'm gonna do this option right there, and boom. Our next insert is using these pretty colored envelopes that I got in junk mail. And I thought these would be great for categorizing receipts for different rooms or different like paint, plumbing fixtures, that kind of thing. So how would I do this one? This one's really simple because I'm going to use the envelopes. I would just have two like this together. The third one I'm going to take and slip in side one of them. And just slide it in like that. See? So it's like that. And then this one, these two I would attach together. And this would be my book. So it would be like boom, boom, boom. And these would be folded down like this. And I could sew this together if I wanted to. I could staple it together, whatever. But this is a book. This is it. This is all I would do to it. And then I could, again, sew this into the journal or paper clip it, whatever I wanted to do. Now, I'm just going to staple it together because this is what I'm going to use my receipts. As far as this, I'll cover it with just a white mailing label, or I'll pull so if you get items like, I don't want that. If you get junk mail envelopes and you really like them and you want to use them, but you can't figure out how, make inserts with them. It's a great way to use them. Yep, that'll work, but I want it to be kind of pretty, so I would kind of layer it. You know what? I don't want that though. I just had, oh, here we go. All right, we're going to use this. And guys, this is not coffee stain paper. This is just paper that looks coffee stained. I got it off of Amazon a couple of years ago. And it's great for those that maybe don't want to, you know, have coffee stain products in their journals. Because it is a food product. And you just want to have, you know, and you just want to have a good product in. This is a great way to do it. So you could kind of, I'm going to do this. And then that's going to be the label. So let's tape all that down real quick. Or we're going to glue this down. It won't take it long. But envelopes are a great way because you don't have to do a lot to them. And if your envelopes are plain, like the template I put up there, then you don't even have to cover anything if you want. I mean, you could just leave them, you could color code them, paint them, whatever, and then use them. And I'm gonna get the ink on that real quick. And like I said, these, because they're color coded, are perfect for separating receipts, which is exciting. Because when you're getting ready to redo a bunch of stuff, you know, you don't want to take a lot of time doing something like this. Let me get my ink. I got some ink here. It's sepia, it's archival ink. And that's what I was trying to say. If you want archival paper too, then this paper that I got from Amazon years ago, I think it was like 2019, maybe 2020. I think it was 2019. I'm not sure. But anyway, if they still have it, I'll link it below. Just, it's an option if you don't want, you know, coffee dyed paper. And it's a good quality paper. It's a heavy paper, so it's not. And then all I'm going to do is glue this one down. And yes, I use Elmer's glue for everybody seeing that for the first time. It's just as good. It dries a little, maybe a little slower, but it holds. And it's way budget friendly. And right now, you know, everybody needs budget friendly because everything has gone up so bad. Okay. So there you go. I would do that with the rest of these, whatever I feel matches them. And then again, I have one envelope stuck in one, the other one, they are just together like that. I'm gonna get my stapler and I'm just going to staple them together. You could sew them together if you want. You know what? Let's sew them. Let's sew them. It'll look way better. So let me get my needle. I got my wax thread that I've had forever. It lasts a really long time. Just gonna thread my needle real quick. Okay, got it all threaded, but look, this is the size needle I need. That would leave a monster hole though in the envelopes. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is start in the center and go down, and I'm sewing all three together. So we're gonna go down again. And then we're gonna go up again. Okay, and then we're gonna come up, hold that there. I'm gonna come down through the center and hold on to your center tail there, otherwise I guarantee you'll pull it out. And then I need more of my thread here. And I'm gonna come to the bottom and go up through there. Perfect. And then I'm just going to pull my tail up. And that's it. I used my thread. My thread was almost too short, but that's okay. We can work with what we've got. We just have to tie a really tiny knot. Okay, there we go. Now there is our envelopes all sewn together. All we have to do is attach these flaps to each other on the back, and for that, I'm going to use my double-sided tape. And first, I'm going to attach them to each other. And I'm just doing the corners, and you'll see why in just a second. And then I'm going to do this corner as well. And then I'm just going to do the corners to the envelope. And again, you can cover all the writing on yours. I'm going to cover mine, but not on camera because you saw how I will do it. Whoops. And then I'm going to take that off and take this off. All we're doing is taping our corners down. Okay, now I have 2 tuck spots on the back if I needed them for anything. I have a tuck spot right there, and I have a tuck spot underneath as well. So you have 2 tuck spots if you need them, and then inside you have all the receipt storage, which is perfect. And then this is a way to decorate. So that's insert number 2. And again, you could sew this into your journal, same way we talked about doing our file folder insert, but you don't have to use the center. You could pick anywhere in your journal that you want to sew it in, put it there and sew it in. That works fine. Or again, you can just stick it in somewhere like that, or you could paper clip it. Now the last insert I'm going to show you is actually just using some junk. This is an old film when we had real film cameras. And this is just a single piece of paper like this. It does have a pocket. I thought it. Yeah, it has a pocket right there. So you could put something in. It's not a very wide pocket. What I was thinking is instead of using this pocket right here, we'll put this piece of the same form down at the bottom, and you have a pocket there. Fold this over like that, and let's get, and you could make the top your notepad and the bottom your pocket. And we could do it the same exact way we did the other one, is just tape the corners down on this. And I am taping this because it's vintage and it's old and fragile. I'm taping it on both sides to give it a little more structure. It'll have a little extra hold by doing this. You could even put a little bit of glue along this edge if you want to, or tape on the outside, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then do it like that, and then there you have your paper notepad right there. See, it doesn't fall out. And then we'll take this other piece, and it can be a pocket, so you could have things tucked again in the top and the bottom, or you could use it just as a pocket. It's a great way to use old things that maybe you don't want to get rid of. Maybe you found a bunch of these in an estate sale, or maybe you found something similar in an estate sale or at a thrift store, and you got it because you didn't want to go, get thrown away, but you haven't known what to do with it. Just leave them and make inserts, or decorate them how you would want them and make inserts for journals or as separate items, as pockets with notepads. It's always a great use, and people love having, I love having a pocket and a notepad in my car or in my bag. Just like that, okay? And there you go. There's another insert. Now this one, because it doesn't have a second part, can't be sewn in, but you could definitely just paper clip it in, or you could even attach it to a page in your journal and make it a pocket here, your text spot or notepad there, and then another pocket there if you permanently attach it into your journal, which is totally up to you as well. The last insert idea I have for you is to use a paper bag. I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of these when I pick up my little dog's medicine, Sam and Henry. Oh, and by the way, you will be meeting them the first part of the video on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that, because somebody asked for a Meet the Fur Babies, and you will meet those at the beginning of the video on Wednesday. And then we'll be talking about how to submit art, where to find art calls, and the different types of galleries, the ones you definitely want to avoid and the ones that you want to submit to. So all that's coming up on Wednesday. But this is your last insert for today. It's just a little brown paper bag. I've just folded it. I folded it in half right there. And this one is a little different. I would build this one a little different than I have the other ones. For this one, I would cut this open so you have a big pocket going to length. I did this before, but I'll show you again in case you missed that video. Is you can open this side of the paper bag like a wallet, and I'm just going to take my craft knife and just kind of cut along the side. Okay, just like that. Now you have a big pocket right there. And what I'm going to do is, with this flap at the back, the bottom of the bag, I'm just going to tape it down. I don't need it for anything. So I'm just going to tape it down. There. And this side, I am going to do the two sides, and it'll be a side pocket. It'll be a double side pocket. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm just gonna tape it down, and there's my two side pockets, one there and one there. So two side pockets, and so this is a two side pockets. This, we don't want this to go to waste, so what we'll do is we'll take just some scrap paper again, and I like all different sizes of scrap paper. because I never know if I need a little note or a big note or whatever. And I'm going to staple it, but I'm going to open it so I don't staple my big pocket shut like that. And then I'm just going to staple the paper, and I can tear the paper off as I need it and write on it and stick it in a book or whatever I need it for. When it's gone, I can pull the staple out and add more paper the same way. So this insert, you have one big pocket, you have 2 side pockets there, and a notepad. And again, this one, because it opens, you could go to the center of your journal and sew it into the center if you wanted to. If it's small, If you have a pocket anywhere in your journal, you could definitely, stick it in a pocket in your journal if you wanted to. So you made an insert that'll go into a pocket because this size is great. This size is, where is my ruler? The brown paper bag insert is 5 by 3 3/4. So it's a nice little size. Like I said, it will fit into pockets. If you have a big enough pocket in your journal, you could put it into a pocket. You could sew it in, or you could just stick it in the back, in the front, wherever you want to, and have it there when you need it. Totally up to you. You could paper clip it, just like we did the first one, just like we did our file folder. You can take it and paper clip it like that and be done that way as well. So there are a lot of ways you can attach inserts if you want them permanently attached or temporarily attached. There's a lot of different sizes. Look, we made 4 different size inserts today. We made a tall skinny one, a short square one, a small one, and then one we repurposed some old ephemera. So we made 4 different sizes. This one is just a notepad, but it's still great. This one is huge, but it's still great. So there's all the different ones we made. And we have the one that we made out of old ephemera, where it's a pocket and a tuck spot if you want it to be, or it could be just a pocket. You could make it a notepad if you wanted. It could be very different things. Now it can't be sewn in, but it definitely could be clipped in. And it's a great way to use old ephemera. So there you go, guys. There's a bunch of different ways to make inserts. Hey guys, I hope you liked the ideas for the inserts for journals in this video. If you did, please be sure and give the video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button with that little bell somewhere. And yeah, just subscribe to the channel, especially if you keep coming back. I sure would appreciate it. Thanks again for being here. What was your favorite insert we did today? You can leave it down in the comments. I will see you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye.